your desire, whatever it may be, whatever it is you're manifesting, whether that's love, money, health, change of appearance, whatever the desire is, it's yours. It's promised, and it's promised from God or the universe. And if that interests you, please keep watching. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all doing fabulous. I hope you're all getting your desires. I hope you all are choosing to be the versions of yourselves that has your manifestation. Sorry. Poop's adjusting her body, so that means this is getting adjusted. Before we jump in, let me give you some bitch. If you need help, figure it out. What's going on between you and your manifestation? Please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. I do have 2 channel memberships here on YouTube. If you are interested in any of them, that info is also in the Dropbox below. Anything else? I have other places you can come join me. I have the Kimberly's Other Life YouTube channel, which is, the other side of life. It's about me outside of manifestation, even though we're manifesting every single part of our life, but it's the other side of life, like hanging out with me and my boyfriend, shopping hauls, vlogs, all sorts of crap. Come on over there. It's also in the Dropbox below. And I'm on TikTok, I'm Instagram, I'm Clapper. How are you all if you are new? How you doing? I'm Kimberly. And yep, I'm like this all the time. And I'm obsessed with getting what I want. Specifically getting what I want. I'm very obsessed with that. I like yes. I like, give me what I want, please. Thank you very much. I like that. I like not worrying about anything. I like feeling comfortable in knowing that there's nothing to worry about. I like that. I like that a lot. And I think you do too. And that's probably why you're here. So if you can handle that, please subscribe and come back and see me. Please let me zhuzh you. Let me zhuzh you for the day. What does zhuzh mean if you're new? Zhuzh means pump you up, make you feel better, make you feel secure and safe that you're going to get your desire. That's what zhuzh is. And I want to do that for you. So like I said, please subscribe. Come back and see me, okay? I'm here every day. We do something over here every day, okay? All right. Let me jump in. So I'm going to get right to it, folks. We're going to get right into the video of why you have nothing to worry about. Why you don't have to prove your worth. Why you don't have to, beg the universe or beg God. Why you don't have to give up on what you're manifesting. I know on this journey, there can be moments that are not comfortable. And I know that doubtful thoughts do come in, and sometimes really crappy thoughts come in, like, why am I being so stupid to believe that I can manifest something? Why am I being so stupid? This is crazy, Kim. This is crazy. This isn't real life, okay? Right? What are the things we say to ourselves? Manifestation is for, delusional, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs people. It can't be real. Because then if it was, why isn't everybody doing it? Just saying, okay? Or, maybe everybody else can manifest except for me. So there you go, Kim. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think manifestation is going to work for me. And I want to make you feel better on that, because I'm going to read you a little bit something here. Don't be anxious or concerned as to results. They will follow just as surely as day follows night. Look upon your desires, all of them. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear how Neville got very specific right there? Neville Goddard, if you're new. He's like the grandpa of manifestation. He's not the only person to talk about manifestation, but he's the most popular person we discuss in the manifestation community. Okay? Neville Goddard. Look upon your desires, all of them. Not some of them, right? Because one of the other things we tend to beat ourselves up on is maybe my desire is an ego desire. Maybe this is a desire that God or the universe doesn't give a shit about, and it isn't going to help us get it, right? No, Neville said all of them. And that is because in the Bible, God did not specify what you are allowed to experience. It's everything. It's everything. And if you can think it, it exists, and it is a possibility. As in, you can have it if you want it. You can have it if you allow yourself to have it. Let's keep going. Look upon your desires, all of them, as the spoken words of God. And every word or desire, a promise. Not a maybe. Not if you act good enough. Not if you prove your worthiness. Whether you believe you deserve something or not. It's all of your desires, and it's a promise from God. Are you hearing this? You, whether you believe in God or not, you may insert the word that you do, but you are here for one reason. To experience joy, to experience your desires, and to bring about or manifest like Jesus did. Now, again, for any of you that don't believe in God and don't believe in Jesus and all that kind of stuff, insert the word you do. If you believe in universe, bring it to universe, okay? Everyone's included here. But in all seriousness, okay, I want you to really, really let that sink in. I know doubts can really cloud our minds. Doubtful, opposing, negative thoughts, they can creep on in because sometimes they're not all up in your face. Sometimes they're just hanging in the background and letting you know that they're still there, right? They kind of sneak in, they creep in, and sometimes they pop out of nowhere and they're jarring. They don't feel good and they feel very real. And I know that from my own experiences. But I love to go back and read things like that because it judges me. It judges me. Your desire, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's a selfish ego desire. And I know some people are going to struggle hearing that because some of us feel very, very righteous and more, full of morality. And I don't mean any judgment on you. I'm just keeping it real. That it doesn't matter what the desire is. It doesn't matter. Some of us like to go really logical and literal, but that also doesn't matter. Everyone's included. Everyone. Every desire. So if some of you are thinking, maybe we can't manifest a specific person. Maybe that's too specific. Right? Maybe that's too big of a desire. All desires are included. All of them. And they are a promise from the Creator, higher power, source energy, universe, God, your I amness. It's a promise. And your desires are there because you are meant to have them. So if you're feeling doubtful today, I really want you to let it sink in. Look upon your desires, all of them, as the spoken words of God, and every word or desire a promise. Sometimes people spend a little bit too much time looking for all the reasons why they shouldn't allow themselves to trust manifestation. Some of us logical-minded people spend a lot of time digging in on why this couldn't be real, why manifestation can't be real, and why it's really unsafe for you to trust in this. And I understand that because that's who I was too. I was a very logical, literal person. And it was robbing me of the pleasures of life. It was robbing me of my joy, but I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. I just thought that's how life was, right? Not everyone can have everything perfect in their life. And by perfect, I just mean happy in their life. That was my way of describing it. Not everyone can be happy. And they certainly can't be happy in every single area of life. That's not a real thing. No way. And I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. I also believed that if you had a good childhood, then you were probably going to have a shitty adulthood. That was a belief. I came up with that on my own. I believed that. I believed that if you had a good childhood, you were going to be, relatively unlucky in adulthood. And because I couldn't explain why my life was so miserable. And I knew I had a decent childhood. So I used that as the excuse of, well, I'm going to be ripped off as an adult. That sucks. Oh my God, it sucked. And I really believed it. And then the more shitty experiences I had, the more that belief rang very true to me. It rang very true. And I know some of you out there, you've got your own little quirky beliefs like I did. Yeah, you do. And you're allowing them to rob you of your joy and your fulfillment. And I am the bitch that is going to step in here and say, hey, it's time to quit that shit. It's time to quit that shit. It's time. It's time to let that shit go. Because you are equal to everyone else on this planet. If it's a planet, maybe it's a dimension, you know what I'm saying? You are allowed to experience joy anywhere you want to, any area of life you want to. And yes, it can be every area if that's your desire. I mean, who desires to have a shitty existence on purpose, right? But I'm saying this to you to wake up and realize all your overly logical thinking. Not all logical thinking is terrible. But when it comes to manifestation, it's really not our friend unless you're applying it in a way that equals you're getting your manifestation. Other than that, put it aside for a minute and really listen to me. If you believe in God, you're a child of God. You're a child of this universe. You're a child of source energy, higher power, and you are meant to have your desires. And life may have kicked you in the ass along your journey. Maybe you've had some really upsetting experiences. My message isn't for you to just snap out of it and get over it if you've had really unpleasant experiences in your life. But what I'm here to tell you today is they don't have to hold you back anymore. Because no matter how many shitty experiences that you've had and that you're thinking of right now, they only happened because of who we believed we were. And most of those beliefs came against your own knowing better. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. But if there's a desire out there that you're denying yourself because you think it's maybe too big, too hard, it's a selfish ego desire, I'm letting you know now. You're having it because you're meant to have that desire. That desire is coming up because you're meant to experience it. So set yourself free today and listen again. Look upon your desires, all of them, as the spoken word of God, and every word or desire, a promise. It's a promise. There is nothing you can't have. Manifestation, law of assumption. Man, if they needed a spokesperson, I would love to be the one to do it because it's changed my life. And it can change yours too, but you got to allow it. You got to allow it. And what I mean by allow it is you've got to be willing to let your old shitty beliefs go. Some of us cling to these beliefs. We cling to them because we feel safe with them, because it's all we ever known, right? Well, there's a version of you that exists, and I know that can sound crazy, but there's a version of you that exists that is waiting for you to step into it and allow it to materialize. Or we can look at it as so you can step into that reality and be that version of yourself that is experiencing your desires. It's changed my life. I doubted too. It felt unsafe to let go some of my beliefs, truthfully. Manifestation is very real and it's waiting on you to allow it. But if you're stepping back because it's too painful to allow yourself to believe that you can actually have that little burning desire that's within you right now, it hurts too much because maybe maybe someone disappointed you. Maybe the last time you allowed yourself to believe or trust something like this, it let you down. This won't let you down. Not if you decide that you are now the you that believes in manifestation. You are the you now that finds it easy to believe in manifestation. Start there, and then we'll work our way up. Your desires are a promise from God. Now it's time to start letting them happen. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. But you, Kimberly, I just spilled shit on my shirt and I just talked half this video. Oh my God, Kim. Yeah, I'm leaving it in. You know, my eyes only get dry when I'm recording, so that I can stop and put freaking disgusting drops in it.